Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a quick look at the extent of any severe weather worries we may have going through the next week to 10 days. And again, a good shot for those scattered thunderstorms will continue through tomorrow. A little bit of a decrease Thursday. Severe weather still looking doubtful. We'll have to keep an eye on perhaps the possibility for some gusty wind with some of the stronger thunderstorms and pockets of very heavy rain. Those will be the main issues that we'll be looking for during the next couple of days. As far as my level of concern, keep it at 2 out of 10 given the low risk of severe weather. Another thing that we'll see is that as the rainfall chances decrease, we'll be watching a big plume of Saharan dust, which is scheduled to arrive, possibly resulting in some rather hazy conditions as we close the work week on Friday. I'll show you that here in a second. Meantime, looking at the pattern here for the next week and a half, reason for the recent rains in part has been because of this impulse, which will continue to give us the good shot for the rain tomorrow that will decrease Thursday. Then we'll see the upper level ridge build back in to the middle of the country. You can see that ridge will be centered basically from the Tennessee Valley right over the ArkLaTex into Texas. So as we move into the middle of next week, temperatures could flirt with triple digits across much of the ArkLaTex. And then we'll see another disturbance move in behind the bottom of this ridge across the northern Gulf. This will give us perhaps the return of at least some hope of rain late next week. As far as rainfall potential, this is a 10-day outlook, and this is what you should expect. Obviously, we will have pockets that will pick up a bit more, but generally speaking, a good half an inch to over an inch. In fact, some locations could get upwards of an inch and a half during the next 10 days, especially over the northern sections of the ArkLaTex. So a decent amount of rain expected, relatively below normal. All is quiet right now in the tropics, and 7-day outlook from the National Hurricane Center shows that it will likely stay quiet. And I mentioned that Saharan dust. You can see it moving into the southern Gulf today. It is going to spin to the north and enter the ArkLaTex here, reaching its peak Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and then we'll see it disperse and move east during the weekend. So get ready for some hazy conditions. This is the second day in a row where this model's been showing a decent amount of dust moving over us to close out the work week. So that being said, your 10-day forecast looks like this. Good shot for the showers and thunderstorms through Thursday. The rain will become more isolated Friday, this weekend, and Monday. Notice the warming trend as heat also will become an issue. As highs warm into the upper 90s, we likely will see the heat index above 105 next week. And also notice that most of next week is looking dry with just a slight chance for some rain returning by the end of the week.